and welcome to our very first exciting edition of Meet the Farmer. Today we're out at the magnificent Boschendal farm where I'll be chatting to General Manager Charles and sharing some cooking tips with Executive Chef Alistair. Thank you so much for having me here. Boschendal is a favorite to everyone. What's the history of Boschendal? Do you want to just go into detail on that for us?
Boschendal is the second oldest farm in the country, founded in 1685. And since then it's been through multiple owners. It's generated over time, predominantly being wine grapes, now into other fruit types. And over the last 2 years, the approach towards looking after the soil, looking after plant health, human health has become predominant in our agenda. I mean, this garden is an example. It was started about 3 years ago, and when they started, it was started as organic. And those are the living principles of this.
Every farm has its own way of doing things. What would you say is the specific philosophy here at the Boschendal farm?
It's about the cycle. It's about people, planet, community. It's a circular-based idea. So whatever we're doing has got to benefit everyone.
And then today we've decided to focus on two very humble and simple vegetables, which is the beetroot and the carrot.
Beetroots and carrots, basically a growing cycle is 3 months. So from the day you put the seed into the ground until you harvest, it's 3 months. Both are very, very healthy plants, both very high in calcium and fiber. But also the produce that we grow here is predominantly grown for our own restaurants. So we don't grow them into big beetroots.
Now Charles, these veggies look very beautiful, but I mean, how possible is it for someone like myself to have a home garden and actually grow specifically carrots and beets?
It's incredibly easy. You've got a little bit of soil somewhere, they grow incredibly easy. Grow them by seed. It's literally 3 months from the day that you plant them to the day you harvest them. If you don't want to grow it from seed, you can go to a nursery and you can buy the little plants, which mean you harvest after about 2 months.
You touched earlier on the regenerative practices that you have here on Boschendal, as well as sustainability. Can you tell us more about that as well?
What we're doing with regenerative agriculture is we're trying to get nature back in balance in the soil. And the way that we're doing it here is we use a lot of the different components of the farm. We grow a cover crop, and nature is supposed to have diversity. So nothing is monoculture like when you see a wheat farmer which has just got one variety. We plant up to 20 different species of different plants together, and it's all about building up carbon content in the soil. And the general rule is if you can increase the carbon content in the soil by 1%, you can store about 170,000 litres more water per hectare. Once you get to 3% carbon, then nature's almost got back into harmony. So then this is where the regenerative part of it comes in. It's the whole cycle of nature coming back into the correct cycle. Less man-made inputs. We have to get it in, but once it's going, it manages itself. And we can see it in the benefits with healthier fruit trees. You need to spray less. It's healthier fruit for people to eat. That's basically our whole approach to regen.
Talk about farm to table. We've done the harvesting with Charles, and now it's time to get cooking and eating with Chef Alistair. Chef Alistair.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, yourself?
Awesome, thanks. Thank you so much for having me here.
Welcome.
As you can see, I harvested quite a bit of stuff here, and I know you've got a lot of things on the menu for us today.
We're going to be cooking with some beetroot and carrots, and while I'm putting together some delicious summer-style salads, I've got a little beetroot and peanut butter smoothie for you.
Thank you.
Just to revitalize you after all your harvesting, and you can also snack on some dehydrated beetroot and beetroot hummus.
It tastes gorgeous, but enough of my munching, Chef. Let's get into it. What exactly do we need for this?
Okay, so we'll start off over here. We've got a take on beef tartare. Okay. So a nice vegetarian option if you like, also a nice summer salad. Beetroot tartare. So we've roasted the beetroot on the fire to give it a nice smokiness, just charred the skin lightly to give it nice texture. And we're going to be cutting that up with some classic tartare accompaniments, gherkins, capers and red onions. And then on this side we've got some gem lettuce that we've also harvested from the garden with some pickled red onion. And we'll just mix that together, and the idea is basically to fill the gem lettuce with the beetroot and eat it almost like a taco.
What exactly have you already put in there for us?
Okay, so we've just cut up the beetroot. Like I said, we've added the red onion, the capers and the gherkins. I'm just going to add a little bit of a dressing onto there and some salt. And then we're going to clean up the leaves and we're going to plate up and we should be good to go.
And Chef, what's in that dressing?
It's just a fresh herb vinaigrette, fresh herbs from the garden, some olive oil and some lemon juice.
Chef, you touched on the roasting earlier about keeping the tops on, and I can actually see the difference here because the beetroot seems to still be nice and red, but everything else also still maintains its color.
The skin actually keeps all the juices, all the moistures, all the flavor inside. And I'm just going to finish it off with some toasted macadamia nuts.
And again with the nuts, and we've got the peanuts in the drink, and now we've got the macadamia nuts in the tartar.
Yeah, these vegetables, they eat well with a nutty flavor profile. So.
I can taste the earthiness of the beetroot in there. I can taste the vinaigrette that you put in it, but the macadamia nut just takes it to a whole other level. The crispiness of the gem lettuce. Chef, you knocked this one out the park. This is amazing.
Awesome, and we're not trying to hide anything. The vegetables are the heroes here, so we want to showcase the flavor profiles as much as possible, not adding any unnecessary flavors in there to take away from the hero of the dish, which is the beetroot and the fresh gem lettuce and all those.
From one star to another star. Now we're focusing on the carrots.
Okay, let's put the salad together. Can I ask you to cut those roasted carrots in half for me?
Okay.
And I'll start mixing all the others into the bowl. I mean, this is just everything into the bowl, toss it up, mix it through, make sure there's enough salt, enough acidity, and then you're good to go from there. I'm going to add some lemon juice for acidity. The acidity adds to the freshness. What we're going to do is I'm going to mix it together, but we're going to put the herbs on last, because if we put it into early, it's going to wilt. It's not going to be nice and fresh. So can you pass me the plate?
Sure.
And the rocket pesto.
The rocket pesto. There you go.
And this is a great salad for one person, or as a sharing salad with a few people. Okay. Can you add some of those delicious herbs into there for me? A handful of coriander, a handful of, there we go. We're not shy.
Just a little bit more.
And then let's finish up with the lemon-scented olive oil.
Oh, lemon-scented olive oil.
Just drizzle it in there.
More?
Yep.
Is that enough?
That's perfect.
And toss it, I guess.
You can add some salt in there. A lot of people don't add salt or seasoning to their lettuce or their herbs and things, but I mean it adds a beautiful flavor profile to it. Okay. Very rustic salad.
I see.
But so delicious.
And so vibrant, the colors from the carrot and the green from the carrot tops and the coriander. I can actually smell everything that you mentioned there, that lemon infused olive oil. And is there garlic in the kimchi?
There is a little bit of garlic in the kimchi. There's also some apple, some radish, soy sauce, lemon juice, all those sort of Asian-y flavors.
Interesting.
Right. And now, if you can toss some toasted sunflower seeds. Awesome.
It's amazing how one ingredient can taste so different. I mean, you've got the tartness from the kimchi, you've got the sweetness from the roasted carrots, and you've got the crunchiness from the fresh carrot. And like I mentioned, I can see the vibrance of the different colors. And that pesto, Chef, okay, I wanna stop talking because this is absolutely divine. Thank you so much.
Wow, Dumi, I think it's so interesting to have the same ingredients that we cook with, we enjoy on a daily basis, you know, from a young age, and learn just that much more. I love it. Carrots, beetroot, tick.
And Palisa, there's such an array of root vegetables, and we're going to be speaking more about that because I think everyone needs to know the benefits of root vegetables and just how simple they are to grow.